So if you're going to run ads for your construction business with the intention to grow and attract ideal clients to help add to your project pipeline, you can't shortcut things. And trust me, we've tried. Now this is going to sound obvious, but I've spoken to business owners who are wanting to run these marketing and sales funnels and they don't even have a website. They've got no social media channels created yet. There's nothing to be found of them online. Now think of it like this. When you go to run ads and you want to start attracting prospects into your business, the ad or the initial piece of content they engage with is like the tip of the iceberg. Once they engage with that ad or that piece of content, which is the tip of the iceberg, they will want to go below the surface and see the rest of that iceberg. Now, what they will want to know is who you are, what previous work and projects you've done, how reputable you are, are you recommended? Have you got any reviews? What's the history of this company? And do you solve the problem that they currently have? If they go below the surface and they can't see any information, they'll be out of there in a heartbeat. That prospect, which could have been yours, is now going to belong to another company, potentially your competitor. So the 6 things I just mentioned are key to building some kind of initial trust, engagement, and likability. Think of it like this: if we have nothing generating trust, engagement, and likability for our brand outside of you shaking hands and buying dinners, which isn't really scalable, how do we expect people to be making inquiries into your business? So the key to doing this is by doing these 3 things. The first thing is humanizing your brand. Put a face to the brand. Think of all the biggest brands in the world. You got SpaceX and Tesla, that's Elon Musk. Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Meta, Mark Zuckerberg. Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett. These are all brands that have a human we like and know, at least we feel like we know them, associated to it. And therefore, we subconsciously like, trust, and feel safe consuming these brands because there's an awareness of who is behind the brand. They have humanized their brand. Now, this doesn't mean you have to become an industry titan or a business mogul to have this effect. You can do this by creating your own brand story video, which showcases your story and gives more context and creates an emotional connection with your audience and prospects. Now, I can't remember who said it, but there's a saying that goes something like this, that you can't help but love somebody once you know their story. If we zoom out for a moment, think of the last person or stranger that you briefly interacted with. You most likely would have felt nothing. It would have just been a transactional moment and then you were back into your own world. But what if, before you met this person, you received instant information about who they are, the struggles they've faced in life, what they've had to overcome, the loved ones they've lost, the ambitions they had, the years of hard work they had to put into their craft? All of a sudden, you care more about this person and become more interested in them. This is the same concept that applies in business. People will fall in love with you once they know your story or can associate a story with your brand. All this points toward the power of humanizing your brand and leveraging your story to create a connection with your audience and prospects, which adds more depth below the tip of that iceberg, ultimately leaving them wanting more of you. The second thing is provide value. Perhaps when a prospect or customer engages with that tip of the iceberg, they could be seeking some more information and be in a research phase. And if we can meet them right there and provide valuable information and insights very effortlessly, this can immediately enhance your likability factor with them. You see, when we lead with value and provide insights or education or critical information that people are looking for, you become the source of knowledge, which boosts your brand positioning, your brand authority, and increases the overall trust with your prospects and audience. Now, this sounds simple, but it's proven to work time and time again. You can do this by providing resource guides through your website, sharing educational video content, or if you're really keen, having even your own podcast channel that has discussions on what's hot and what's pressing and valuable within your industry right now. And the last thing is providing proof. You've got to provide proof. One of the things that a prospect will do once engaging with that tip of the iceberg is diving deeper to ask, have you solved the problem I have before? How much of an expert are you? What are other people similar to me saying about you? We need to be able to showcase this proof and make it very easy and accessible in an engaging way on our social media, on our website, on our brochures, in order to satisfy their need here. Wherever we can, we want to create what's called the bandwagon effect, which is where prospects are more willing to jump on the bandwagon simply because others have successfully been there with you. This can be done simply through Google reviews, shooting video case studies, studies and testimonials, getting stunning photo proof of your previous work, and making it all presentable for the moment your prospect deep dives and seeks out more of you. So if you're thinking about running ads for your construction business and you're trying to attract more ideal prospects into your company, more projects where they can see the value that you bring, consider these 3 things before you try to shortcut your effort. Like they say, if you're going to build it right.